Hold up.
Yeah.
Swirl.
Oh yeah. Yes.
What's good, YouTube fam? You know who it is. It's your boy Dark. Back with some more Dead by Daylight gameplay, and this time around we're playing Trickster. Honestly, it's been a while since I've done any type of commentary, anything like that, since the Huntress video. I figured instead of just giving regular commentary while I play, I figured why not give some opinions on Dead by Daylight. I think this time around I'm going to talk about the indoor maps. Ooh, nice down right there. And somebody's right here too. So, I have a huge problem with the indoor maps in Dead by Daylight. I don't think I like any of them. I don't like the game. I hate Midwich, and that's exactly what we're playing on right now. I don't like Larry's. I've always hated Larry's. And what's the name of that other map? There's another one that comes to mind. We got Larry's, Midwich, the game, obviously, the Gideon Meat Plant. Oh, and RPD, Raccoon City Police Department. I hate all four of them. Don't ask me why. To be honest, I don't know what it is about them. It seems as though, like, my games on those specific maps are just 50-50. And I'm not talking about me winning or losing. I'm talking about me just enjoying playing. It's 50-50. Like, sometimes I'm like, oh, this is okay, this is bearable. And then other times I just really don't like playing on them. Like, I'm just not having fun. Gens are being done, which gens are always going to get done, regardless of what the team is, unless the team of survivors you play against aren't that great. But, you know, regardless, gens are going to get done anyway, but it's like gens are getting done. These long stretching corridors either have too many openings in them or not enough, which is more than half of the problem with, like, the old RPD, because the old RPD, not the new one, but the old one, like, the corridors just stretched. Like, the hallways, they just stretched endlessly, and it's like, why am I going through all this work? I feel like I'm just walking straight at this point, and whoever I chase is just running straight. It's like, we're not going anywhere. We're not going to any intricate looping setups or nothing like that. It's a corridor that leads into a room, and the room has some type of pallet and debris in there for no apparent reason. And then after that, you're done. You either force the pallet down or you leave the loop because the pallet at that specific loop is just too strong. Like, that's my issue with Raccoon City Police Department, at least the old one. The new one, they put a lot of, like, holes in walls, I guess. I noticed that some of them were actually akin to the lore of Resident Evil. You know, when Titan, I think his name is, or I think it was Titan. I forget. Somebody correct me in the comment section. But it's when a Titan goes through the walls, like trying to scare the player while the player is running from them in Resident Evil, I think. But my biggest problem with the map is still you have this long stretch of corridors, and you have this one little hole in the wall or this one little window vault that's unnecessary. that is a really good window. Most of the windows in in these types of indoor maps are really good. Like even the window vaults, like the window vaults in Gideon Meat Plant, and there's very few of them that exist. The window vaults in Gideon Meat Plant are pretty nice. Um, who am I looking for? Oh, they're starting to get some reses. That's fine. We're only at like 3 gens, so we're okay. Get a click down on the Claudette if I can. Everybody else is going to be too busy trying to reset instead of doing gens. Which is perfect. So yeah, the few window vaults that exist on Gideon Meat Plant are pretty good. Like there's one in um, the freezer room, the frozen meat room or whatever with all the meat hooks and stuff. And then you have one that looks like it's going into a boiler of some sort, and it just drops down into a room where there is pretty much a god loop or a god pallet there, and that area can spawn one out of two places. You can either spawn by the Jigsaw bathroom from the actual movie, and you know that bathroom is always by the basement, and that basement is covered by two god pallets, or spawn some complete opposite side of the map. Another thing I hate about these indoor maps is that pallet placement is really unfair. Not just for Killer, but for Survivor too. Like sometimes, for example, in Larry's, you'll just get a spawn of nothing but unsafe pallets where you just burn them. You just have to burn the pallet and run, and there's no mind in there. It's like the killer can sit there and just swing through the pallet, force you to go a certain way to close distance. What's another thing? God pallets. Oh God, literally God pallets. On RPD, there's like 4. On Gideon Meat Plant, there's like literally 7. On this map, Midwich, there's at least like 3. Technically 5 if you count the 2 god pallets that are outside for no apparent reason by that one little small building. I don't like them. And that's just my complaint overall. I hate the indoor maps. Like I don't like any of them. I don't enjoy my games on them. Yeah, as you can see here, I'm having a decent game as Trickster. You know, I'm not completely getting pub stomped. My build is doing me nice. I'm getting a lot of downs, a lot of quick chases and whatnot. And even with all of this, I'm not having fun with this. I would rather play on any version of Cold Wind Farm. Either the version with all the corn or the version where outside of the little middle cornfield, you got 3 buildings and 4 looping structures or something like that. So yeah, I think that's just the topic of today's video. For any of the Dead by Daylight players that actually like this video and like talking about certain maps, game mechanics, or whatever. For those of you that have played Dead by Daylight, basically, comment below what is your most hated map, and give me a reason why. We can discuss it. Just have a nice little discussion about it. Because you know, Dead by Daylight's been out now for about 6-7 years. It's 2023. The game came out in 2016, so it's been out for now about to be 7 years. And we've had a long road of balance changes, updates, and new game content. And it seems as though, despite the fact that the game is severely out of balance, the devs are still trying their hardest to make the game work to the favor of their community. They're trying to appease everyone, and it's just not happening. You know, some updates you just get extremely survivor favored, and then other updates it's like, why did you give this killer this? Um, but it seems as though they are trying their best. And as a community, we can all come together to agree or disagree on certain things to help further the development of the game in terms of better updates and balance changes. It would be nice to know some of your guys' thoughts on what your most hated map is, you know, and why you don't like it. Like, I've heard some people say that they don't like Hoagland Farm at all because they can't see anything, and that's on both sides. You know, I've heard some people say that they hate AutoLink because of how small it basically became, which they took a lot of the main maps and split them up into like 4 maps, basically. So that's a given. And coming from the perspective of someone who has seen all the changes in Dead by Daylight and has been there for pretty much almost every update, some of the things in this game can get a little bit crazier out of hand. Like, for example, a moment like this. This is an indoor map problem, too, where I had I had nowhere to hook this Meg, so she ended up wiggling off for free, and I had to time her wiggling off perfectly with her teammates dying so that she didn't get an easy save. Now I have to chase her into an area where I know there's a hook, otherwise we're back in the same situation where I can't hook her. So, yeah, that's a common indoor map problem, which is why I don't like any of the indoor maps. Anyway, that's going to be the end of the video for today, guys. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for watching the gameplay. Comment below what killer you want to see me play in the next video. And if you have a build recommendation, put it in the comments. But I do challenge some of you to put your critical thinking caps on and actually, you know, discuss what maps you don't like. And with that being said, I'm out. You guys have a blessed day. Peace.